There's the last of the baby robins waiting to come out. As soon as I open the door, it bloody buggers off. The parent was sitting up here when I came in. So that's the last of them fledged, because he was the one that was sitting up here and wouldn't shift. Now that the doors are open, he'll get out and I can get on with other jobs, not have chicks under my feet. They're cute little things, but when they're running around getting under your feet, they're a bit of a nuisance. Well, I hope I caught that. He was sitting on the top shelf, and I thought he just doesn't want to leave and wants to retain the high ground. And then it managed to hop out of there, fly out and fly out through that little gap there. Well, that's the last of them, so they're all gone now. Right, I'm going to sort this bath out. I'd covered it and I've just uncovered it. Obviously there's still a few bits of woody bits from the mulch last year, but I sorted out. These are bits of newspaper. I covered it with newspaper, so I'll take out the big bits, and I'm going to add some fish blood and bone, and I've mixed in a little bit of seaweed in there as well, and a bit of pelleted chicken manure, because there's going to be leafy things going in here this year, so I want a bit more nitrogen in there, and there's still a lot of wooden bits in there, so I'll add a bit of more nitrogen to it. These boards have done a pretty decent job of keeping the privet out of the way, but you just need to cut a few of these little bits. When I bring the hedge trimmers, I will put the hedge trimmers behind it and actually give them a good trim, but I don't want it to ruin the nets, so I'm going to take these out. Right, it's a bit windy, so I'll have to do it quick. As you can see, it's blowing the stuff about. That was the fish blood and bone and seaweed. And I am putting in plenty of pelleted chicken manure. This is still quite a lot of woody bits in it. Okay, so now that that's sorted, I'll put these hoops on and they will support the nets. Right, so these are in. Now I would put the net on it, but we're still in winter, so I'm going to put plastic on top of this for now till the weather warms up a little bit more. Now, it's a bit muddied out on there, but it'll wash off in the rain. I'll put this on, and these are deliberately not rigid. When it's got a netting on, it doesn't matter, but when it's got the plastic on, if there is a heavy snow load, these will just bend and lie down, because if I put a rod through it to make it stiff, the weight of the snow will break it. So this is good enough to hold this. So now that I know the plastic fits okay, I can lift this and plant under it. Right, I'm going to put in some beetroot bull's blood for salad leaves, and I've got some lettuce bijou here, so I'm going to start the bath there. Then there's going to be chard, which is coming, and then baby pak choy or something else here. Well, that's done. Obviously we had some losses due to slugs, but that's to be expected. The beetroot's in and the lettuce is in, and I've got a little bit of space there for baby leaf chard. What I'm going to do between the lettuce is sow some radish. It's really windy, so I have to be quick to get the radish in, because the wind will blow it all over the place. Now because this is going to have the plastic cover on it, the radish that I'm sowing here will be ready a little bit earlier than the ones that I'm sowing in the open bed. I'm just going to cover the radish with a bit of compost. I'd like to have put a thick layer of compost on top of this bath this year, but because I've got other baths and containers that I'm bringing in here, I need all the compost I've made to get something into those baths. So I'm being a bit frugal with compost this year. So I'm just putting a little bit on the radish because I don't want it going under great big bits of woody bits. And then I'm just going to water everything in. And finally I am just going to cover this and make sure it's well protected. So if we do get any frosts, this will be nicely protected. You're looking at the big raised bed. This whole bed is going to be successional crops. On that half I put in golden beetroot, turnip for leaves, but it's been sitting out, and despite being in the rain it was dry, so it's looking a bit peaky. And I put in some of the lettuce. That chard and the spinach and things have been there since last year, and they're still going, so I'm leaving them. Putting more successional things on this side. I'm putting in beetroot, crimson king down here, ball tardy down here, and then turnip golden ball down here. So I'm sowing those, and either side of the beetroot I'm sowing radish, because the radish will come up quicker and be out of the way before the beetroot needs the space. So more or less this half of the bed is done. There's still a few little onions there. That half I will clear out later. I mean, there's still some mustard and kale and things left, but they're coming to the end anyway. Some weeds coming through at that end, so I'll sort this bit out another day. The greenhouse is sorted. This plastic is really protecting all the aubergines down to this end. We've got all the tomatoes and peppers. This one is sticking out, so I might push those back in that way a little bit. So anyway, I don't want it to be completely sealed, just so long as it keeps the worst of the frost off it. It's just another layer of protection. It doesn't have to be sealed around them. I mean, you put your blanket out to here and it keeps you warm. It doesn't have to be wrapped around your head. So this should be fine. So tomorrow I'll come in and I'll put these tomatoes in, because they should have gone in earlier, but way behind. I've put up the nasturtiums today. I've got more than I need, because I only need about 3 or 4, but anyway, I've got a few in case Mr. Slug decides to munch a couple. But by the time they're this size, they generally don't bother. It's when they're young seedlings that they go have a go at them. Brought the sweet corn in, so that's all going okay. The peas, I think they can be put outside. This one is alright. That one, I don't know what happened to that one, because there's only like 6 peas on that one. But anyway, we'll put them out. But I'm just going to give it a couple more days, and then we'll put them out, and they'll take their chances with the mice. The celery needs putting up. Well, I'll try and do that tomorrow. Now tomorrow it may rain intermittently, which is why I've left some jobs to do in the greenhouse, so that when I come in I can try and get jobs done outside, but if it rains I can go inside and do those jobs. Now, I've got a little bit of time left today before I go home. I've got a little bit of energy left, so I'm going to try and sort out the rest of this bed and get that finished. Still waiting for somebody to come and collect this gooseberry. If they don't, it's going to get chopped down and got rid of, because I don't want it, and if she doesn't come around and collect it, I'll get rid of it. I'm going to dig that up, put it in a pot. I know it's the wrong time of year, but needs must. I left it in case the person who came collect this wanted that, so she could take that as well. I'm a bit doubtful whether she's going to turn up, so I'm going to dig up that currant bush, put it in a pot, and whenever somebody wants one, I can give it to them. More lemon balm. It's growing like a weed, this stuff. I'll try and get a few jobs done today before I go, and I'll see what I can do tomorrow, weather permitting. It's always weather permitting now. Yep, the figs are doing alright. Need to cut out the bramble and sort out this fruit bed as well. All those raspberries are all going to be taken out. But I've got to sort these currant bushes out, give them a feed, mulch them, except we haven't got much in the way of wood chips. Lucky I had the foresight to save some, didn't it?